Okay, I don't want to jinx anything, but this might be our year for the Premier League. Hello there and welcome to Season 3, Episode 3 of Let's Go Hammers. I'm StuBo. Thank you very much for joining me in today's episode where we are going to be playing against Tottenham Hotspur, who are currently 6th in the Premier League, and then we're going to be playing against AS Roma as well. If all of that sounds like a great plan to you, please leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well for more Football Manager awesomeness. Since you were last with me, we've played games and we've won games. That is our trend, other than one, obviously. We did make a draw. I think the last time you guys were with us was the Zenit game, so since then we beat Everton 2-1. Very late goals, but we did beat them in the end. I can't say that we necessarily deserved a win. Maybe a draw would have been fair, but considering we had a man sent off and we had a tiny injury to Tino Livramento, that was a great result, actually. I was very proud of that one. We then also managed to get a draw against Manchester United, which, other than the fact that this was the home game, and I would have liked to win our home game, I'm quite proud of the boys here. We came back. We were very, very good value for it. And that's the thing. We're playing well, and I'm enjoying the way that we're playing. So hopefully it's a sign that we can continue that going forward. That'd be great. But yeah, we've already played Roma once. We beat them at their place 2-1. We were the better team by far as well. The goal definitely put them in a better light than they should have been. They weren't very good in this game at all. And then we went to West Brom. We beat them 3-1, which was lovely. Julian Alvarez scoring a peach of a goal from outside of the area. An absolutely wonderful goal in the 45th minute. Lovely, lovely stuff. And then just to top that, in the next game against Wolves at the London Stadium, Yanis Hadji scored an absolutely perfect free kick. It was a thing of beauty. I don't really want to give the Bowen Award to a set piece, but if I have to, it's that set piece. It was that good. I genuinely lost my shit when we scored it. Absolutely fantastic. But all of that leads to today, where we are going to be playing against Roma and Tottenham first. We have had a bit of an injury issue at the club. As you can see, Christiansen not fully fit. We have had the likes of Tielemans, the likes of Saleh, the likes of Ilic, the likes of Elliott, the likes of Alvarez. We've had all of those guys injured. S3Ep3 has just come back from his suspension as well, so he's not fully fit either. Thiago Almada has literally just returned from injury. As you can see, he is ready for the under-23s. And Amine Gouiri is not quite back just yet. And we've still got James Justin and Mark Noble both out. So we have had injury issues, but none of that is an excuse, because I think we still have a very, very good starting 11. And this is the 11 we're going to be taking with us to our home stadium of the London Stadium, hopefully to send Tottenham packing back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Not very imaginative stadium names, are they? The London Stadium and the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Not throwing shade, I'm just saying. I mean, I support a team that it's called Villa Park and Villa's in the name, so I can't really say a lot, can I? This is the team. Lafont in goal, Livramento, Mancini, Zuma and Christiansen in defence. Tielemans and Rice in midfield, with Bowen, Hadji and Madueke supporting Brenner up front. West Ham versus Spurs. Let's go. It does go without saying, with all of those results, we are doing very, very well in the league at the moment. I think we are, well, now I know for a fact we are currently top of the table. As you can see, Spurs having a very, very good run in the last 5 games as well. We are top. There's a team that has a game in hand on us, and it's Southampton, and they could actually go above both us and Manchester United with a win in that game in hand. Don't ask me where Southampton have come from. I don't know. We do sometimes have a bit of a problem against them, so it stands to reason that they would be doing pretty well. But all we care about today is Tottenham Hotspur and hopefully getting 3 points against them. That would be lovely. They currently lie 6th in the table. They are, I think that was 8 points behind us. But just because of that doesn't mean anything today. This is a derby. It's against a decent team. We've let Anguissa just run through there, and we've relied on Alban Lafont to do the business for us. Yeah, we cannot just rely on the fact that, oh, we're first, they're 6th, that must mean we're better. Doesn't mean anything of the sort. We have to play well today, especially with it being a derby. We need to make sure that we definitely put up a good fight against them. And right now, at the moment, we are having more possession, but they are having far more shots than we are. I'm going to demand more from the players. I'm not very happy with our start because they are absolutely on top of us. We have come back a little bit now. Let's just have a spell of possession in our half, boys. Let's just make sure that we can get some attacks, shall we? Some meaningful attacks at that. Bowen to Tielemans into Livramento looking to cross the ball in. He does. Madueke was there, but the player from Spurs was just in the way. And now Felipe Anderson, former West Ham player, was trying to get away. Declan Rice has ended up rugby tackling him down. And I think he's ended up with either a yellow card or he got away with it. I think he got away with it. Kurt Zuma's there. Madueke! It's off the line from Max Aarons. And somehow we are still 0-0 in this game. And I do not know how. That had to be over the line, surely. It's obviously not. And you know, it's a computer game, so it's not going to be wrong, is it? But Hadji now with the corner, whips in, looking for Kurt Zouma. Kurt Zouma this time does not do it. It's Mancini. Both him and Mancini occupying the same space. And it is one Luca Mancini. I'm not going to say he's the best signing we've made, because he's definitely not. But one Luca Mancini has been a very good signing for us in defence. We've had issues at centre-back since the first season. Other than Zouma and Diop, we haven't changed that partnership. They have been our first choice. But we have struggled with third and fourth choice. Last season it wasn't good with Metham and Ginter. They weren't consistent. They weren't good enough. We've looked into Mancini. Soleil, I'm not too sure on yet. We need a little bit more time with him. But we have looked on Mancini, both in terms of in front of goal and defending as well. You watch, you'll make an absolute howler now. But I think we've done really well to get him. Oh, Livramento does well. He absolutely mugs Heung-min Son, takes his lunch money and runs away with it. And Bowen now launching the counter-attack, looking to get the ball into the box. Gets it back to Youri Tielemans. Goes a bit too far back, really. Declan Rice now looking for options. Gets it to Tielemans. Out to Livramento. Livramento looking to cross it in. No, Tielemans cross it in. Looking for Madueke. It's off the post. And Madueke so close to scoring against the club that he came up in. And Mancini makes a tactical foul on Harry Kane. It's probably going to be a yellow card. Do you know what? Wasn't even a yellow card. The man is a god. One Luca Mancini is an absolute god, and we go in 1 goal to the good. It has been a very even game, but we took a while to get into it, and I just play. Oh, I didn't want to press that. I've just said play without pressure. I didn't really want to say that. We grew into that half. They started off very well. We didn't. But we have grown into the half. What is significant, however, looking at the teams, is they are not tiring as quickly as we are. So we do need to keep an eye on that. And maybe we need to consider making 3 substitutions just to keep things a bit fresh. Christiansen's had a terrible game. To his credit, he was not fit for this game. We are going to make those substitutions now, I think. And we are going to see what we can do. Okay, my hand was forced a little bit due to a couple of things. We've got fitness as well as form that we have to consider. So, Christiansen was tired and playing badly, so he's off for Aaron Cresswell. We've actually taken Declan Rice off for Thomas Soucek just because, as well as Declan Rice was doing out there, he's tired and he has already poleaxed someone. So, I don't really want to risk him staying on any longer. Although he hasn't got a card, you never know what could happen. And Noni Madueke has actually picked up a slight knock, a potential knee injury, so we're taking him off. We're not risking anything. And Arsene Zakarian is going to come on and hopefully have a decent period of time, and we'll see how these guys do. Hopefully they can carry on the high standards we've set in this match so far. We have been pretty good in this second half. We've been the better team. I am just gonna demand a little bit more from the boys. Let's just see if we can get one more goal to sort this out. We have been fantastic in this game, and I mean it is definitely a deserved win if we can get it, but I'm not counting my chickens until I see them hatching. But we are getting very close to the end now, although we are very, very, very close to the end of the game, and we have got a highlight, but we have the ball at the moment. Jared Bowen gets it back to Youri Tielemans. Livramento now into Hadji. Hadji went for the world, he didn't get it, but Livramento is going to get on the end of it. Hadji again, passing it between themselves. Livramento going to look for a cross. Just crosses it in. I don't know what that word there, like, crosses it. I don't know why I said it like that. But he crossed it in, and he didn't really end up anywhere. The highlight ends, and I think that is going to be game, set, and match. And we have beaten our rivals, Tottenham Hotspur. That's a big 3 points in a derby to get. And we carry on our march at the top of the table. Question being, who does Southampton have in their next 2 games? Because they now have 2 games on us. United have 1 game on us, so it'll be interesting to see who they have to play. But so 2 days, that's fine. It's going to be very interesting to see who they've got to play, actually. Let's have a quick nose at that while I'm with you. So, Southampton have got Burnley, so they're likely going to win that, and then they will still have 1 game in hand. Manchester United play Fulham. They're likely to win that, so they will be back on level points with us. Southampton, Watford. So, the chances are by the 10th of November, Southampton, unless Watford beat them, Southampton will be top of the table. Saints fans, let me know how you feel about that. Let me know how you feel. Right. Part 1 of this video done. Let's go and let's beat Roma. Hopefully. And we are back for the Rome game at the London Stadium in the Champions League. And this is going to be the 11 we are going to be using to go against the Italian side. It is Lafont in goal, Livramento, Saleh, Zuma and Christiansen in defence. Tielemans and Soucek in midfield with Bowen, Hadji and Zakarian supporting Alvarez up front. Couple of changes from the West Ham game. Saleh is in because he's had a bit of a moan about not starting a lot of games. To be fair, he was injured for a period, but I do understand we have not been preferring him because he doesn't enjoy big matches, so I do kind of go off of him as a result of that. But we are going to give him a chance today. To be fair to him, when we've called on him, he's been fine. So let's give him a chance in the game today and let's see what happens. Soucek as well hasn't had the moment where he's come to me directly, but I've had the message that comes up that says you might want to have a think about it. So he starts today instead of Declan Rice, and Zakarian is in just so we can give Noni Madueke a bit of a rest, who did have that little knock in the last game. He's absolutely fine now, but we're just going to rest him. I am also going to put Mancini on the bench actually. No, do you know what? We're not even going to do that. We're going to start him in the position next to Saleh. We're going to have those two because they have played together quite a bit actually, because I want Mancini to be involved against his former club. But without any further ado, let's go. We are having a very good time of it in the group stage at the moment. The only points we've dropped were the points against Bayern in the first Champions League game where they absolutely battered us. So hopefully they're the only points that we drop. But as you can see, Bayern Munich having not everything their own way. They have drawn one of their games. So maybe, just maybe, when we have the game against them in a couple of rounds' time, we will actually have a decent result. Here's hoping. I think we actually play them next in the Champions League, and then we have the return game against Zenit as the final one. So my current plan at the moment is to show you the Bayern game in the next episode, and then depending on how the group looks then, we will consider showing you the Zenit game if we need to win that to go through. And Saleh has just scored. I don't think it's going to count. He did look a little bit close to offside to me. I don't know whether this is actually going to count or not. Referee is having a look at VAR. He's listening to the little man in his ear, and the little man in his ear tells him that it is not a goal. It did look a little bit funky to me. Yanis Hadji's assist will not count for us. Omar Saleh putting it in the back of the net. But he's getting in the right position, so we are going to just encourage him a little bit. He did a good job there. Very proud of him, but he's going to have to do it again. Saleh, a man on a mission, charging forward. But yes, so I don't know whether we'll show you the final Zenit game. At the end of the day, you've already seen Zenit once, so I don't really want to show you them again if we don't have to. But if it's going to be the difference maker as to whether we qualify for the knockout rounds, I think it is worth us showing you that game. And Arsene Zakarian scores his third goal of the season. Yuri Tielemans with the assist. Zakarian, considering I was going to loan him out after realising we didn't really need him, he's actually become quite an important part of this team. He's deputised in any of those attacking midfield 3 roles. And I do have to say, the left-hand side has been where he's been the most comfortable since Amine Gouiri has been injured. But it doesn't matter where he goes. He has at least a decent game. Not necessarily, you know, the best game, but every now and then he does have a worldie. And I mean, I'm not going to suggest that a goal against Roma in the Champions League group stage consists of a worldie, but he has been playing pretty well, and he's playing pretty well today. So I'm very, very happy we kept hold of him, actually. And Yanis Hadji just had an outrageous effort there, and I would have loved nothing more than for that to go in. I can see Hadji winning the Goal of the Season award this season, because he does like to score some fantastic goals. Bowen now gets it all the way back to Tielemans. Tielemans back to Saleh. I do love the way that we play. I always used to really like, in the last couple of Football Managers, I always liked gegenpressing. What a goal from Jared Bowen. I'm sorry. The man doesn't even want me to finish. What a strike that is. I'm just going to wait for this goal, this replay of this goal to happen before I finish my point. So Mancini gets to Soucek. Soucek over to Bowen, but it's actually intercepted by Spinazzola. We then get the ball back, and Bowen just is just like, "Excuse me, sir, allow me to finish what I was doing. Thank you. Good day." I can't even remember what I was saying. We're doing really well. I feel like it was something to the effect of that. We're doing very well indeed. It's going to really annoy me now. I'm not going to remember what I was saying at all, because that just interrupted my flow completely. Oh, Mancini missed the header there, but Belotti couldn't get in. Belotti, who, remember, we did try and sign at the beginning of Season 2, but could not get the deal done. I wonder whether he'd want to come to us now. I do wonder, because he would have had more success with us than he would have with Spurs. No disrespect to Spurs, but in this universe, we have kind of overtaken them just a little bit. Well, you saw that in the last episode, didn't you? Alvarez is there, makes it 3. I mean, we're just playing very well at the moment. We're just playing very, very well indeed. The point that I was making has not come back to me. I genuinely can't remember what it was. I know before that I was talking about Zakarian, and Zakarian has been fantastic. I genuinely don't know, unless like an absolute superstar became available for a bargain price. I don't necessarily know if there's any players out there I'd want to put into this team instead of others. I think we've got a very, very good team. I mean, you look at this 11, if I show you the tactics screen, this is not even our full team. This is rotated. Zakarian doesn't normally start. Soucek doesn't normally start. You can flip a coin as to whether Alvarez or Brenner starts at the moment, because they're both doing very well. Hadji and Almada as well. Hadji's got the nod at the moment, and he has been fantastic. But Almada was really good before his injury, so even him. Our defenders are very good, and they're not our starting defenders. We've got 2 superb fullbacks. And there's so much youth in this team as well. I mean, Lafont is what, 24? 24-year-old Lafont, 20-year-old Livramento, Soleil's 23, Mancini's a bit older at 27, Chris Jansen's 20 years old, Tielemans is 26, Soucek's one of the veterans at 28, Jared Bowen is 26, Hadji's 25, I think, yeah, 25, Zakarian is only 20 years old, and Alvarez is only 23. We have got a youthful team, and that's not even looking at the bench. I mean, I'm not going to look at the bench, because that'll take too long, but we are doing very, very well, and we have to be very proud of this performance. We have to be very, very proud of... Why have we come to this screen? That's a bit weird. We have to be very proud of our Champions League performance as a whole. We are more or less through in the group stage. Yes, Roma could still qualify ahead of us, but we'd have to bottle both of our last games. And Roma still have to play Bayern Munich again. So I don't necessarily know what the chances are of us actually not qualifying. Let's have a look at some substitutions. I can't speak. We'll have a look at some substitutions as we've got some tired legs out here. I think what we're going to do is bring Harvey Elliott on for some football. We'll take Jared Bowen off. He's had a very good game. I think we're also going to bring on Ivan Ilic for Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans has had a great game, but I want to get Ilic some more game time. And then I'm thinking either Hadji, Zakarian or Livramento for the final change, but we will leave it a little bit longer. I think for that final change, I might try and squeeze Issa Diop on if I can. I don't know whether I'll be able to, but we will give it a go. But we'll do that in another 10 in-game minutes. Can we sneak another goal? Before that, that would be lovely. Chris Jansen with the throw. Gets it to Ilic. Ilic now going to be looking up for a pass. Gets it to Soucek. Soucek plays the ball over to Harvey Elliott, who heads it down to Livramento. Back to Elliott. Elliott now looking for a weird pass. Didn't find anyone. I don't really know what he was doing there. I was hoping Harvey Elliott would blossom in the same way that players like Livramento and Chris Jansen have very early on. The difference being they have been regular starters. That's a really good pass, actually. It split our defence completely there. In the way that some of... Oh, my word. We've somehow kept that out. I mean, we're 3-0 up. It doesn't really matter. But, yeah, in the way that some of our other younger players, our other younger wonder kids have, Renato Sanchez is in and nearly puts it in the back of the net, but doesn't quite. Stop interrupting me with the temperature, you madmen. We are going to make that final change now. But yeah, he hasn't quite blossomed in the same way that some of our other youngsters have, which is a little bit disappointing. But at the end of the day, I can't be too unhappy with how he's doing, because he's had a limited amount of opportunities. We're going to bring Mancini off, actually, because he's just as tired as the 2 fullbacks. So we'll do that. I can't remember who the next game in the league is against, but I feel like it's a team we could probably rotate against if we really wanted to. I'm going to drop a little bit of praise as well to the boys. But yeah, I'm a little bit, I was hoping that we might see a little bit more from Harvey Elliott, but I think he's still got time. It's not the end of the world that he's not performing quite at the level we want him to. He's had 1 or 2 good games. He's not embarrassed himself today, and he's helped us to a 3-0 win, which is fantastic against the team the quality of Roma. You remember what I was saying when I saw the group. I was very unhappy. I thought that's us getting absolutely bodied in this group. We're not going to get out of the group. We might have to settle for Thursday night football. Nobody wants that. No offence to Thursday night football. But in fact, what has ended up happening is, if we have a look at our Champions League group, Group H, we're 5 points clear with 2 games to go. We basically need a point, more or less, to confirm it, because we'll have a better head-to-head record than Roma. So as long as we get, I think, a point in our next 2 games, which is against Bayern Munich, which will be tough, and against Zenit, which we battered them 5-0 in the first leg. I personally think we're through already. I know it's not confirmed, but I think we're more or less there. And that's dangerous thinking, but I think we are. I genuinely think we are. Right, we are going to come back. I already said before, we're definitely coming for the Bayern game because we haven't played them on camera yet, so I think it's fair that we do that. Try and avenge the 4-1 drubbing we got when we went to the Stadion München. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, apologies if I'm not. The Munich Stadium, more or less. I think I said the same thing last time. So we're going to come back for that, and then depending on how that goes, because obviously if we lose that, it will technically go down to the final game of the Champions League season. Group stage, sorry, not season. If we win that game, what I might do is I might play a couple of games and I might come back to one of these games. Wow, okay, I've just seen this run of games. I could just highlight this run of games here. What did we do to deserve that? Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, only one of those games at home, and it's the one against the most difficult team there, Liverpool. What did we do to deserve that game? What did we do to deserve that? Okay, well, we're going to have to come back for one of those games. Probably Chelsea or Arsenal. I might even come back for the Liverpool one just because it's at home. But we'll do one of those games if we have enough success in the Bayern game or we look like we're not going to bottle it and we don't need to show you the Zenit game. We'll probably do that. So, wow. I hadn't noticed that with the 4 games. Holy crap. But yeah, we're going to leave the episode there. And hopefully we'll come back next time and not get absolutely embarrassed by Bayern Munich. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you've enjoyed, please leave a like. Please feel free to comment. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're enjoying the series and you want to see more Football Manager awesomeness from me. It will be the game being awesome, not yours truly. But yeah, I've been StuBo. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Cheers.